Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again, and I've been having a play with this set this time. It's called Sweetest Things and I love it. I love the designer series paper. Oh, just fabulous. In fact, I can show you in the book now. Look at it, it's beautiful papers. You've got these sweet jars, and then on the back it's, oh, you've probably got your books and looked through it anyway, but it's absolutely beautiful. Love, 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 love it. So I'll show you my card and then I'll show you how I made it. So this is it. I've put a little corner ribbon on this time, and it matches up with these glitter enamel dots perfectly. I'm not sure the colours, it doesn't tell you on here, but they're in the main catalogue and they do go with, you got Coastal Cabana, Granny Apple Green, I think that's Gorgeous Grape, and I'm not sure if that's Poppy Parade or Lovely Lipsticks, but they're gorgeous. So what I did, if you can see, I added to the top of the jar and around the rim and some Winker Stella and on the sweets as well. So the represents the sugar on the sweets. Isn't that beautiful and cute? And it's got a Coastal Cabana backing because I thought the paper was a little bit thin. So I've done 2 layers and I've mounted on a Whisper White card, and it says make it a sweet celebration, and then happy birthday. And then I put a row of gummy bears down the side because that's the most content in my jar. But looking at the other piece of paper, this one's got the gems in the lollipops and mixed sweets. So it doesn't matter really because we've got gummy bears, we've got mixed sweets, and we've got the gumball sweets, I call them, what are they called? Oh, like midget gems. So I'm going to take off the bears and I'm going to switch them over for the mixed sweets to go on the inside of my card this time. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're going to be using the dies because they cut out these jars perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Look at that, it's fabulous. One run through the big shot and you've got your 3 jars. Love it. So I'll tell you, my card base is just a A4. I cut in half, 8 1/4 by 5 7/8. I'm just going to fold this in half. In fact, I'm going to go that way. Keeping it together, and a good squeeze and a pinch. And I'm going to burnish the edges. Perfect. Then I've got Coastal Cabana. This is 4 by 5 3/4, just to give it that nice little border all the way around. Excuse me. Perfect. We're not going to attach that yet though, because we're going to attach our designer series page. This is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. Just a fraction of a border all the way around, but we need to attach our ribbon afterwards. So pick a corner, attach your ribbon, and we're away to go. So I have gone already and cut them out in thick white card just to give them some stability, because this designer series paper is quite thin. So I'm going to cut those out and attach them. So let's get a little bit of gluing done first. Look at that, that's the back, isn't that sweet? They're just all gorgeous papers. And anyone, this would suit, man, woman, child. Oh, everybody loves sweets. And some of the designer series papers got cakes on as well. Absolutely fabulous. So just I'm using glue because I got wiggle space. And I'm just going to attach perfectly. So I'm just going to make sure it stays adhered down. I'm going to give it a good rub to spread that glue about. And there is our card topper. Beautiful. So I'll put that to one side as well. And I'm just going to turn around and cut these out, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Love this. It's so sweet and so easy. You've also got the stamps that match. Die cut as well, perfectly. So you don't have to just cut the designer series paper out. You can use the stamp and fill the jars with whatever you want. You could even use this with a different set and fill it with other things you have, which I probably will try. And the fat jar in this one would make perfect shaker cards. What a lovely size to do a shaker card in that shape. Isn't that lovely? Love it. So I'm going to pop my pieces out. Love the framelits. And I'm going to pop them back inside my case so I don't lose them. You could even use that, I suppose, somewhere on a card, you know, to make it look like a stripy jars. Perfect. So don't throw anything away. Just going to glue these down. They're lovely like this, but I think they're a little bit thin, so that's why I'm adding them to the thick cardstock to give them a bit of substantiation. So they're nice, and you can check from behind. And if you're quick enough, there we go. Whoops. Perfect. There's one of our jars. They're just so sweet. I love it. And Lola will probably give me approval because they're here with us 4 or 5 days. Can't wait. Because everybody else's kids get bored really quickly. She's forever telling us after we've finished something, 5 minutes later, I'm bored. Like, yeah, and we can't do everything in one day. There we go. Another one coming up. You can arrange these on your card in any order. You don't have to stick to the order I have. I might even switch them around just to make it a little bit different. Perfect. Just so sweet. I'm loving it. That one's gone on perfectly. Beautiful. There we go. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I'm going to put a mini one oops, on the lid. Just I give that a bit of stability as well. Perfect. And then we're going to add a couple of large ones to each one. There we go. Lovely. So I'm going to do my card ribbon. So I want a piece that's just going to come across the corner. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this one. I just tried to add glue on the last one, but I'm going to make sure this one stays stuck down. You could swap this around. You don't have to have the Coastal Cabana at the front, but I have. I've chosen to do so. I'm going to keep that out as well because I'm going to use it to glue my card down. Best way to get this off is just peel it backwards. And it comes off so easy. So, pick a line. Perfect, and you've even got enough sticky to wind your card around the back. Beautiful. Now I'm going to tie a bow, and if you've noticed, I've kept so the tails haven't twisted. It took a little bit of time, but it's worth it. So start off with my 2 pieces, twist and turn. under and let that one flip. Now leave it quite loose so you can manipulate the ribbon and turn it the way you want it. Getting quite good at this bow making thing. So I twist that one and then pull it tight. Then I can pull them in. Takes a little bit of practice to get it right, but you get there. And I'm going to pull that tighter now. Should be right. Oh, sorry, I'm flipping out of shot again. Sorry. So just keep manipulating it until you've got it where you want it. So I managed to do it on the other card. Takes a little bit of fiddling, but it's worth it. Perfect. I'm just going to leave it like that. Pull it nice and tight. There's a little bit of waste with this, but it's worth it just to get your bow right. And once I put that in there, I can shorten that a little bit more. Whoops, sorry if you can hear the neighbours, I do apologise. Cut that nice and long now. Whoops. Oh, this one is being that's better. A little bit shorter, but we'll get there in the end. There we go. A little bit of mess, but it's worth it if you've got the ribbon the way you want it. Isn't that cute? I don't mind a little bit of green showing, so I'm going to add a bit of tape on the back. I find this keeps it, because you can go across your tails as well and keep them into place. Beautiful. Squash it down. Peel it backwards. There we go, that's got it. And if there is any overhang, just pull it back on itself. There we go, there's that beautiful ribbon on my bow. Isn't that gorgeous? Right, now we can play around with our jars now. We can decide where we want them. Just going to add another one each on this one because the jar's a bit top heavy. So keep that stable. Perfect. And if you've had the chocolate box one from last year, the one made, you could fill it with chocolates even in the jars, it's up to you. So on this card I had the big one in the middle, so I'm going to put this one on the end. I'm going to have the little one over this side. Just check that spacing first. Whoops. Perfect, love it. I think my bow was further back on the last one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I might just grab a dimensional each for the bottoms because they're poking out a little bit. Perfect. There we go. It's perfect. Love it. So, for my sentiment, we're going to attach this in a moment. On there. That's better. Perfect. I've got 2 pieces of sentiment strips, and now this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5/8 of an inch, and it's about 5 inches long, but you're not going to need that length because we're going to trim it down. So I'm going to get my Memento black, and we're just going to stamp our sentiment. We're going to trim this down. I'm going to flag the ends as well. Make it a sweet celebration. Perfect, isn't that lovely? Just going to grab my cleaning cloth because now I'm going to fetch in my Coastal Cabana pen, and I'm just going to go colour in the word sweet. I'm going to half, and then I'm going to stamp the word sweet. That is fabulous. You could also do this with Versamark. I'm going to put my ink away for a second. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that as close as possible to the word sweet. Perfect. And then I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals . Oh, I do apologise, I've got the sniffles. Yeah, I haven't got a cold. Perfect. And then this is just going to get mounted on top of that word sweet. Just like that. And now I can get my little scissors and I can pen at the ends. Perfect. What I'm going to do is check now, because I'm going to add a dimensional on the end and right by the letter A. And right near the end. And now I'm going to glue the rest. So I know the A is going to have my dimensional. Whoops. rest is going to get glued down. Isn't that beautiful? Perfect. I'm trying to put the pin in that. So I'm going to grab now my tear tape again. Oh, stiff hands, very stiff hands. And I'm going to use my bone folder as well. Making sure my card is the right way. While it's this way, see, I can check I've got enough space. Perfect. It's a little bit off this side, but that's as best as I'm going to get it. That's lovely, absolutely lovely. So I'm going to take the words happy birthday and we're going to stamp that in the centre of my card. Perfect. And now for the sweets. I'm just going to randomly stamp three lots of sweets down either side. And I'm just turning them as I'm going. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. I'm actually enjoying stamping the insides of the cards now. It gives it a little bit of extra finishing touches. So I'm just going to grab my Wink of Stella, and again I'm just going over the jars. And I'm just going to dot some of the sweets. They're in wrappers, so I'm not going to do those. That is just perfect. I love that. And now what we did with my dots, I started off with a large one, then a medium one, then a small one. I've run out of tiny small ones. Oh, so I'm going to keep them all this size this time. So I'm going to just go 1, 2, and 3. So there are this is called Sweetest Thing, and it's I'll put them away later. So there is the one we just made together. Absolutely love it. I don't know why this is looking so dark. Gosh, well, that's better. And then this is the one I made earlier. Just going to pop a little bit of glue under there to keep that tail down. And then do that one. Perfect, they're okay. And there's my card. Oh, I love it. I think it's gorgeous. Look at that. Sweets for the sweets. Oh, I hope you like it. Oh, I'm going to have one of these now. I love a thumbs up and a share. That would be excellent. And also, if you've not subscribed, would you please do so? I would really appreciate that. I do try my best to post every single day. So if you want to see what I post tomorrow, please don't forget to press the little bell. You'll be notified of all future videos. Thanks for watching and thanks for stopping by. Love you all. Bye.